A former Washington football player signs with the Dallas Cowboys, and training camp also continued today as fans were finally able to come see the new team. Let's talk about it.
Off field, left. What I want?
Get back slow. I love the way she rock it. I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she cry for him, the shawty is the winner. You can tell that shawty's no beginner. She's confident. I love the way she move.
YouTube, what's going on? It's JUANGOTTI here. We another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, we're gonna be talking about former Washington players signing with the Dallas Cowboys, and also recapping training camp day 4. Trying something a little bit different here as we're uploading at night. Guess you can call me late night one or whatever for today's video, but we're trying to try uploading late at night and see what happens. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We want to roll to 8,000 subscribers, so I'd greatly appreciate it if you can reach that goal as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Let's get straight to it. So first, today, former Washington player signed to the Dallas Cowboys. Now, who are we talking about? We're talking about former 2019 rookie Kelvin Harmon signing with the rival Dallas Cowboys. And honestly, I'm happy for Kelvin Harmon. As you guys know, if you go back just a little bit, I was a huge Kelvin Harmon fan. That 2019 class was Terry and Kelvin Harmon, the brightest spots. Like, especially during that 2019 year, I was like, hey, Kelvin Harmon alongside Terry may be really good to come. Because I felt like he had it. Hands were good, big body, could block well, and could go up and climb the ladder. He was really good for us that 2019 year. Then, following summer, he tears his ACL, and that was all she wrote, really, for the Washington Commanders, Redskins football team. He was on the practice squad a couple times. Then he really never was able to crack it, crack back onto the NFL rosters. So then he ended up taking his talents to the UFL, the DC Defenders, and he had a couple good plays there. And I'm really excited for him. Yeah, it's Dallas Cowboys, of course, who we don't like the Cowboys. Obviously, we don't want them to be successful. But heck, man, I'm rooting for a guy like Kelvin Harmon because I really think if he did not tear his ACL, he would have been able to carve himself a role here in Washington. Not whether that's a third, fourth option here. I think he would have been really good. Again, it was Kelvin Harmon, Terry McLaurin. Was it Steven Sims that year, or was that 2020 maybe? I think 2020 maybe was the year Steven Sims. No, 2019 Steven Sims, because he had a big kick return that 19 year too. So those three guys were like the bright spots of our 2019 campaign. And he got injured, and it was really all she wrote. So I mean, I'm happy he's getting the opportunity to at least try again, and I'm rooting for Kelvin Harmon. I love Kelvin Harmon, man. I think he can be really good in this league. So shout out to Kelvin Harmon and do big things out there in Dallas. All right, let's get to training camp today. Again, today was the first day that fans were able to come out to practice. And that's always an exciting feeling. Again, I've never been to training camp. I'm hoping that ends this year. I believe it's going to end this year, hopefully. Right now, August 6th is where I have my tickets reserved. But if anybody have any extra tickets for earlier days, hit me up in the DM. And I'm definitely down to come earlier than August 6th to go to training camp for the first time ever. But again, it's always a good time to see the fans out there getting hyped up, especially the young kids, man. Seeing their favorite player, Terry McLaurin, walk up to him, man. It just gives me flashbacks to when I was younger. I'm still young, but when I was a kid, RG3, Ryan Kerrigan, Deshaun Jackson, and Morgan Moses, Trent Williams, and Brandon Sheriff, and like that I understand their feelings. Santana Moss, like I understand D'Angelo Hall. Like I understand where they're coming from and their excitement. Because man, looking at these guys and seeing them as a kid, you're like, man, these guys are bigger than life, man. These are actual humans. Like I remember for a while I would always be like, I didn't think these people were real. But then once you start to see and talk to them, they're real people just like us. So I know the kids were excited. Terry actually gave two young fans a pair of his cleats. So shout out to Terry, always been a class act. JD5 spent some time with the fans. So that's always great. And I encourage you to go out there and get out the training camp. I'm going to do it for the first time ever. And I encourage you to do the same. So let's go ahead and get to on field though. We have the Zach Selsby today. Shout out to Zach Selsby. He kicked it off by talking about the punts. The punt returners are Crowder, Milne, Kaz Allen, Bird, Dotson, and Forbes. I think you could scratch Dotson and Forbes off the list. Forbes obviously focusing on corner, not really a punt returner. That's just something that they experiment with. I don't expect him to be a punt returner for us. Dotson, I would love for him to be a punt returner for us, honestly. I think he's really good at punt returning like he did in Penn State. But I feel like he's too valuable to the offense, so they probably don't want to risk injury or whatever. But I would love to put him back there in a pinch from time to time to see if he can create some type of spark. We'll see if this regime does it. The last regime didn't. Demir Bird, we know we signed him earlier this offseason for specifically this role right here. So maybe he can carve out his role on his roster and potentially be the kick returner / punt returner. Casimir Allen, Crowder, and Milne and Bird are the four that are really competing for one spot. I think it's going to end up being Jamison Crowder. Why not? The young, not the young, but the OG, really being a staple, right? He already proven it multiple times before that he can do it. He's obviously reliable when it comes to being a slot receiver for years. So I think he's going to end up winning it. Milne kind of had his opportunity. I think he's going to be a practice squad guy. Kaz Allen, practice squad guy. Bird, I don't see making the roster in no capacity. So yeah, that's that. Then the next tweet that they have here from Zach Selsby is that we have Mitchell Tinsley making some great catches. Always good to see Mitchell Tinsley going at it. I really like seeing Mitchell Tinsley. I made a video on him yesterday. Then you have Cornelius Lucas starting at right tackle with Brandon Coleman starting at left tackle. This is one of the combinations that we probably won't see, but it's always good to see how it works if we do need it to happen, right? Because Andrew Wiley, he is the starting right tackle. He's dealing with some tightness right now, so that's why he's very limited in practice to no show. Don't want to worry about that. I think he'll be fine, but if I had to guess, he's the starting right tackle. Cole Luke is probably the starting left tackle, but this is a good combination to see if we, in fact, need to swap out, you know? Next, you have really nice grab from Daniels to Sennett, or connection from Daniels to Ben Sennett. The ball was a little behind him, but Sennett still managed to haul it in. Ben Sennett's a guy that I've talked about when we drafted him. Very excited about his potential. Think he can be really good. Think he can be this team's Kyle Juszczyk, right? A guy that can catch it out the backfield, a guy that can block really well, be an enforcer in the run game, can catch it over the middle, be a nice red zone threat. I think he can be really good. Shout out to Ben Sennett for making a nice grab right there. Then we have a really nice catch by Amani Rogers. The team had some really high hopes for him before his injury. We'll see if he can recapture some of that interest. Now, again, Amani Rogers is another tight end that I was very excited about last year. Just his athletic ability. My man Rico from Street Scores put everybody on to him. And he was really exciting to watch prior to his injury. Again, towards his Achilles, so hopefully he can carve out a role for himself. We have a lot of tight ends that have potential. Not no one that has proven themselves besides really Zach Ertz, and I guess you could say John Bates, but really Zach Ertz. Besides Zach Ertz, it's all potential. Cole Turner potential, Ben Sennett potential, Marty Rogers potential. So we have guys that are there, but I feel like the spots are up for the taking. No one necessarily has to make this roster. The only thing that I think is going to save John Bates really is his blocking ability. But if a guy like Ben Sennett can show that he's able to do that at a better level, then I don't think John Bates has to make this roster. Next, you have another nice grab from Mitchell Tinsley in 707. Kept both feet in bounds with tight coverage from Davion Davis. And again, Mitchell Tinsley's name continued to ring bells similar to last year. His name is ringing bells, and I think this is the year again that I think he can make the roster, because there's no big three like it was last year. There's two spots that are open. I think one is going to be filled by Jamison Crowder, but that other spot I think could be Mitchell Tinsley's job. Next up, we have Tyler Owens carousing a pick off a tip pass. We know he's the undrafted free agent. We'll see if he can find a way to make this roster. Maybe he can be that Torrey McTyer that lights it up in the training camp and into the preseason, and he ends up making this roster. We'll see about that. A lot of movement on the O-line. Coleman playing at both right and left tackle. Detzler getting reps at left guard. Trent Scott getting reps at left tackle. I did hear today that there was a lot of commotion with the offensive line today, so penalties galore today for the offensive line, which again, that's to be expected when you have different combinations at left tackle, at right tackle, at guard. It's going to happen. It's not the traditional starters, or it's not the projected starters. That's to happen, right? And again, you have a young signal caller back there too, so it's going to happen. Hopefully, we can work out these kinks, and hopefully, Bobby Johnson could get it under wraps. Moving on, we have nearly a nice grab from Tinsley, but Castro Fields is there to break it up. Castro Fields is a name that's been around for the last couple of years, and we'll see. Maybe he can finally do something for us. I think he was a very good special teams guy, but as far as on the back end, not really too much to talk about with Castro Fields. It's really injuries with him. If he can stay healthy, we'll see what he has. Caillou Blue Kelly picked off Mariota, targeting Terry McLaurin on the play. Caillou Blue Kelly's another name that we've heard a lot about. And we'll see what happens when it comes to this back end of the secondary, down below the roster. Can a Castro Fields make this roster? Can a Caillou Blue Kelly find a way to make this roster? Davion Davis, we'll see. And as the summer goes on, but it's very interesting and very good to see that these guys are being competitive and going out there with a bang. So I want to take a quick pause in today's video and give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, SeatGeek. SeatGeek is going to be sponsoring this video and every video moving forward. Are you interested in going to any event? Well, SeatGeek is the place for you, as they put cheap and affordable tickets all into one interface. And right now, you can go in there and get $20 off your first purchase by punching in the promo code JUANGOTTI. I'm telling you guys, this is one of the best promo codes out there. It's a free promo code, free $20 off. And let's say you even already bought your tickets, right? Now you can save money off of parking, because we know parking is absolutely crazy, especially going to these events. I'm telling you right now, get $20 off your tickets. It's so worth it. Shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video. All right, y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. Stay safe. I guess blessed night. Sleep tight. Be safe. It's new start of the work week tomorrow. Love each and every one of y'all. This video is going up around 9:45-ish. Y'all have a blessed one. Stay safe. And let me know if y'all want to see more late night Juan Gotti. All right, y'all. Y'all be easy. Stay safe out there. Peace.